God has not created a non-entity when He created you. You are not just made because you have to be made. There's always a purpose and there's always a mark of greatness in you, and that is the reason you have the signs you have had, the experience you have always had over the period of time. You are a great man. You are a great woman. The situation of your birth cannot determine your future, and your background cannot hold you back, because the powerful hands of the Lord are upon you. You do not pay attention to your troubles and those pains that are making your life difficult. You may be going through some tough times in your life. You may not know how you got yourself into it, but you have found yourself drowning in the pool of bitterness and pain. You have not only failed, but you have lost everything that could give you the strength to start again. Failure is not death. It is only a dead person that has lost every hope of success. But since you are still living, you always have the chance to get yourself back to the right track and recover everything and every time that you have wasted when times are tough for you. All this is not happening to you just because you are human. They are factors that are working out something for you. Failure is not your end. It is only a means to the beginning of your breakthrough. It is a way the Lord wants to prepare you for the greatness ahead of you. God is preparing you for greatness. It is God that will lift you from where you have been, in the bottom to the top, with great blessings. That is where the Lord wants to take you to. God is preparing you to fit into the future that He has prepared for you. God does not use or bless or use anybody He has not prepared. God is always conscious of the things He is doing with the resources of heaven. These blessings are not limited and cannot be exhausted, but God does not give it to a heart that cannot hold on to it and use it wisely to bring the purpose of the Lord to reality. Do you not know that the reason the Lord has created you and He put the trait of a great person into you? It is because He wants you to be useful to Him so that He will use you. There are things you cannot manipulate in life, and that is the making of a great person. Every success has a time that you put in some physical effort and mechanical effort to put things in order. In such a time like this, you get everything tough and rough. Life treats you with contempt and tries to bring out the oil in you. You do not have to worry about things. What you have to do is trust God. Listen. God is not a man. God is not human that fails. Everybody God has created, He has a purpose for them, which He will, by His own hands, make sure it will come to pass. Your greatness is going to be realistic. You do not have to start thinking if you will still be great. You do not have to start worrying if the words and the prophecies that were made on you will come to pass. Every great man and woman that has achieved great things in their time, there was a word for them. John the Baptist, Jesus Christ, and even Samson. They had words that were spoken about them before they were born, and when they were born, they became what was spoken about them. So that greatness is going to be realistic. Just believe that the Lord will not let you down. Do not let the devil come into your life to destroy the gift of the Lord that has been given to you that will make you into greatness. There is a gift in you. There is a unique power in you. That is what the devil has seen, and he wants to destroy it, just to stop you from becoming what the Lord wants you to become. You will see signs if you are doubting. God will make you know that He is only preparing you for greatness when you start seeing things happening in your life. 1. You go through difficult times. You should know the process of getting oil out of an olive. That is the same process of things you will be going through. The hard times are not to break you, but rather it is meant to bring out the greatness in you. When you are going through lack or difficulties, when everything you lay your hands on to do does not work out for you, when you have trusted God for something and those things are not coming, you must understand that it does not mean God has stopped being faithful. Rather, you will have to know that God is not just deaf to hear you or reluctant to help you out of the present situation, but He wants to stretch you a little more. You need to keep trusting God when it does not come. You need to keep hope and work hard to hold on to God when your desires are not coming through. Many will say to you anything they like. They will bring you to the level you do not belong because they think you have failed. But when they call you failure, you do not have to respond. Just look up to God and tell yourself, I will remain faithful because the promises of the Lord are always sure. The Lord says He will give you a celebrated end then. So whatever you are going through, you don't have to get troubled because God is working in you. Your greatness will be formed from the scars that are on you. You have gone through the making now. It may be tough. It may not work fine for you now. You may be down now, but always know that it is a sign that God is preparing you for a great lifting and a mighty comeback. This is a sign. You do not have to lose your hope because in the end you will be greater than the troubles that have raged against you. 2. You find interest in great people. Great people have reigned on earth and they have made some incredible stories and inspiring life in their time. One sign that God is preparing you for greatness is that you will always be interested in the skill of how they became great. This is a drive that is working in you. You did not just develop that attitude, but it is the Lord that is trying to put you through the knowledge of the story and the life, and even the price other great people have paid for the greatness. When this is happening to you, you have to know that there is something about it. When your obsession is this, that means you are converting the spirit of greatness. This is how it works. Love great people. You love successful people. Not because they are close or they are your favorite in the field, but because there is a force driving you, and this is God trying to teach you something from the life of these people. You are in the school of greatness, where you learn from the life of those that have gone the path of greatness. When you discover this working in you, what you have to do is position your mind so that God will bring you to the fullness of the greatness He wants to bring you. This is when you read and always love to listen to them speak to you. This is a sign that God is preparing you for greatness. 3. You have the drive to develop yourself. At every point in your life, you will always want to develop and improve yourself to meet the demand of the future. Philippians 2, verse 13. Not in your own strength, for it is God who is all the while effectually at work in you, energizing and creating in you the power and desire both to will and to work for His good pleasure and satisfaction and delight. This is the Lord doing it in your life to make sure you are fully prepared for the blessings and the future ahead of you. You cannot go into the future unprepared. You cannot make it to the top without getting the required skill and mindset that would take you and sustain you at the top. 2 Timothy 2 verse 15. Study and be eager, and do your utmost to present yourself to God approved, tested by trial, a workman who has no cause to be ashamed, correctly analyzing and accurately dividing, rightly handling and skillfully teaching the word of truth. You love to do better. You love to be on top. You don't want to be down. You don't want to be left out. You always want to be the one to get there, and when there is a need for someone to get to the top. You want to have the full knowledge and be properly equipped because you don't want to fail, and you do not want your inadequacy to deny you the greatness and the plans of the Lord to make you a great personality. 4. Events around you give you the signals. You must likewise work with the trends of things that are happening in your life and around you. There are times that God will use some occurrence to speak to you and show you some signs that He is preparing you for greatness. Your personality will tell too. Sometimes you do not do what others do. You do your things differently, and it is always a unique way for you. Great people are always unique in their styles. People regard you with high respect. You must know that people see greatness in people. There is this impulse that signals in people when they meet people with great characters and understanding. They are respected and accepted because of what you represent. Your lifestyle, your speech and opinion shows you are heading somewhere, and when you are not there yet, God is preparing you to get there. People call you names of great and successful people. They know because they feel it in them that you are attaining that height. When you notice this thing and many other things, you must know that they are signs that you are in the making for a great life, and God is preparing you for greatness. You have to trust God every time because He only has the answer to your difficulties. He is doing it for you, and your life will be made great at the end of every process. Be steadfast and be firm in your belief. God is always faithful to make you the head.